What's up guys, Fenistai here. Today I'm going to show you the process of how I digitally draw as a beginner. Let's get started. Okay, so I use a reference photo to get some inspirations or reference, whether that be the pose, the colors, the expression. Personally, I don't think using reference photo is bad as long as you don't copy it 1:1. And right here I'm just using it for the pose and maybe I think the color and also the expression, but I don't copy it 1:1 because that's just plain, piracy. This is my rough stage where I just for the most part try to be accurate in the placement of the arms, the legs, where I think it would make sense. I'm basing this all on intuition. You could argue that that's not really optimal, but I mean, I don't really know a alternative way you could do it at the moment, so I'm just going to continue what I think I can do at the current moment, whether it's efficient or not. So yeah, as for this one, I think I wanted him to be a swordsman, but midway through the process I decided that I will just make him some kind of martial artist. And this phase is also a rough phase. I'm not really focusing in getting a good line art. I just want details that I think make sense. Not really focusing in on having a good line art at this stage. Just being fluid, being carefree in my basically I'm just going with the flow of what I think would look good. And at this stage I'm doing a more refined line art. I separate line art. I have two stages of line art and line weight. I do them separately because I'm not really confident in my line art. I can't do line art with it's pretty much hard for me to do line art as of the moment using my sketchpad. So I found it to be more. I found my preference is just to separate the two of them, because if I did line weight and line art at the same time, I find that I miss some lines that needed some line weight, and that didn't make sense. So I just separated them. Right here, I skipped through the whole line art process, and right now I'm just adding the line weight. It's a bit more separating the line weight for me is a bit more forgiving, I would say, because if I ever made a mistake, I could just erase the line weight without fully erasing the line art. So I guess that's also a good pro in separating the line weight, the line art. Yeah. I said before that my line art isn't good, and you can clearly see from the excess lines. I also can't join lines that well. I find that if I focus on having flow, sometimes my lines does not reach. Sometimes my lines isn't really enough to join, so it just leaves this awkward gap, and I just fill that out on the line weight process. Yeah, so I think at my current level, making the line art and line weight separate is helping me a ton, because if I made them as one, I think this my art wouldn't make my art wouldn't be as good as I think it could be at my current level. Okay, I'm just adding some weights on places where I think would make sense, while also erasing some details. Right here is my coloring process. I'm sure that there are efficient ways to colors, but this is what I know of doing at the current moment. So let me guys know down below in the comment section if you have a more efficient way of coloring in Photoshop. I would really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm just using the reference photo for some basic colors. Decided to color this guy's hair as white because I don't know, I don't really know why. Kinda reminded me of a Super Saiyan. So I originally thought that maybe I should color this yellow, but kind of like white. So I just go with that. Like I said before, I'm just going with the flow of my mind in whatever decision I make, be it the clothes, the colors. But I guess it still depends on my reference photo. But sometimes I don't use reference photos for colors. I just let go, I guess. Right here, I'm just erasing some excess colors. Like I said, I think there's a more efficient way in coloring Photoshop, but as of the moment, this is the only way I know of. So yeah, it would be really helpful if you guys comment down below if some tips you can give. Right here, coloring the bandana. It's a simple blackish color. Just transform my background so I can see more clearly in that. Added some colors in the eyebrows. I think it's coming together slowly. And my last phase is adding the shadows. I don't know, I just, for me personally, doing the shadow last is, I enjoy it doing last. I don't know why, for some odd reason. Yeah, for some odd reason, I enjoy coloring the shadows last. I know some artists begin their coloring with the shadows first, but I don't know. I just enjoy it last. Maybe it's not efficient, but I enjoy doing it last. So I'll maybe continue until I found a more fun and efficient way of doing the shadows. Also, I'm not really a shadow expert. I'm still learning the concept. I mean the application of it. The concept is pretty simple, and I do understand it, but the application is a bit different. I found that I need to, for the most part, rely on references if I want to shadow. Right here, I think I didn't really use the reference for the shadow. I just went with my intuition, and I think for the most part it made sense. Hopefully it does. It doesn't look awkward. I'm not really shadow. In terms of application, I would say my shadows is 3 out of 10. I do understand the concept, but again, the application is a bit different. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Yeah, I'm just adding the shadows, the eyes. It's basically the same color as the hair, so pretty easy. They say using the eyedropper tool is cheating. I kind of agree to that because you don't really think of colors, of what colors you can choose, but at the same time, I'm really limited on my capabilities as of the moment, so that's why I'm relying on reference for photos. I mean reference for colors. But someday I want to be the kind of artist who can, just pick some colors and just apply it without using any reference photos. And my last step here, just adding the lights. Redid his nose because I think that his nose didn't really make sense if it was on the left part. So yeah. Also adding a bit more shadows on his clothes. I don't really know what this is called. Maybe his garb, his pants. I'm not really sure. Adding a little bit subtle shadows there to make it a little bit more detailed. And I think my last process is adding the lights. I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it is. So the piece is coming together a bit by bit. Yeah, I'm just adding a bit lighter skin, lighter skin tone of where I think the light will pass. I think it made sense for the most part. And lastly, just adding a little bit more light details. Then and there, and yeah, that's basically my process. I know it's not the most efficient, but as a beginner, I think this is what I can do at my current best. I'm still learning and I would love to evolve to a great artist. But yeah, that's my process on how I create digital art. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy it. Comment down below on some tips you can give me. Anything would really help. So yeah, I'll catch you on another one.